Welcome to this 4-part video series on how to conduct effective research in academic libraries. This is part 3, Evaluating Sources. Today, finding information is easy, but deciding on which information source to trust can be difficult. In this video, you will learn about general and specific criteria you can use to evaluate information sources for everyday life and for academic work. By watching this video, you will be able to list the words in the acronym PARCA, explain the relevance of PARCA to evaluating sources in everyday situations, and to list discipline-specific criteria that elevate one source over another in psychology. Whenever you are looking for information for school or for your personal or working life, general evaluation criteria can help you choose between multiple options. Let's get started. When you encounter a source of information or are using information to make a decision, remember this acronym, PARCA. PARCA stands for Purpose, Authority, Relevance, Currency, and Accuracy. Let's go through these one by one. Purpose. There is a reason for every publication, website, video, blog, or creative work. You can ask yourself, why did the author, creator produce it? Is this publication for entertainment, information, or research? You may be surprised or not that sometimes the actual purpose of the work is hiding behind a comical or entertaining front. Authority. Is the author or creator of this book, article, website, or other source of information clearly named? Are they willing to put their reputation on the line for the claims they are making? Do they have the knowledge and expertise to talk about this topic? Authority can be a complex criterion of evaluation. For example, someone with lived experience of homelessness and its impact will have insights that a researcher can never access. Really think through the links between what is being said or shown in the author or creator's background and knowledge and their intention for creating it. Relevance. Is this article, book, website, video, blog, or other source of information substantially about the topic I'm interested in? Am I satisfied that it discusses a significant number of concepts of concern to me? In scholarly work, there may never be an article or book that is a 100% match, but you will want to find articles or books that address a good number of your core criteria. Currency is another important evaluation or selection criterion. There are two aspects to currency. When was the information collected, and when was it published, posted, or distributed? Did the author do the research years ago and is only now publishing it? Sometimes a recently published article or book contains painfully outdated information. This criterion works for everyday life and for academic work. For example, if you were prescribed a medication, you would want the latest information from a reputable source on its efficacy and side effects, not the oldest information from that source. Accuracy is the final general criteria to consider when evaluating information in any aspect of life. Look at the numbers, statistics, and claims. Do they make sense? This is especially true when making decisions about finances and health. It is generally an excellent practice to consult other independent sources of information and only then draw your own conclusion. It is your responsibility to assess the hundreds of bits of information you encounter daily. For big decisions or small, make sure the information you are using passes the PARCA test. When you are doing coursework, such as an essay or a project, you have additional evaluation or selection considerations. How do you choose the most appropriate resources for your assignment? It's an excellent idea to examine your professor's expectations and the assignment requirements closely. Make sure that your sources meet the assignment expectations in both type and number. It may be that your professor or instructor wants you to learn about different sources of information, so they will state that in the assignment requirements. For example, 1 book chapter and 3 articles may be required for a project. In many psychology assignments, professors or instructors make finding articles a requirement, but this can be confusing as there are many types of articles in academic journals. Learn the difference between an article based on original research, generally considered empirical, an article based on a review of other research, such as a research or literature review, or a systematic review, which is an exhaustive review of articles using a specific research methodology, and other types of articles, including letters to the editor, an introduction by the editor, or book reviews. The requirement for original empirical research articles is common in psychology. To determine if that is what your article is, read the title of the article and the abstract carefully. In this article abstract, you can see the words randomly assigned to either a walking program or a weekly group social visit program. This clearly indicates that the authors developed a research hypothesis that they were testing in this study, comparing the impact of two different interventions. By reading the abstract, you can determine the type of study conducted and the type of article you have found, in this case, an original empirical research article. In contrast to the former article, this article is clearly different. While the former was original empirical research, this one is a systematic review. You can determine this by the title, it is clearly stated, and also by reading the abstract, some important words to look for. This systematic review synthesizes current evidence. The word synthesizes lets you know that the authors are using other people's articles for the purpose of analyzing and summarizing them, and drawing a general conclusion, in this case, the efficacy of a certain intervention or treatment. All these different types of articles are important to psychology. They serve different purposes. You just need to make sure the ones you choose for your assignment matches your professor's expectations and the assignment requirements. Along with article type, other important evaluation or selection criteria in psychology includes research methodology and publication date. For some assignments, it may be important that all your resources use the same research methodology, for example, focus groups, but that may not always be the case. Again, refer to the assignment requirements. For many assignments, the expectation is that current publications are preferred over older ones. Make sure you are aware of what the requirement is for the currency of publication. Now that you have watched this video, you can list the criteria in the acronym PARCA, explain the relevance of PARCA to evaluating sources in everyday situations, and list the discipline-specific criteria that elevates one source over another. Thanks for watching. The next video is peer review.